and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is Mackenzie and today we're going to be discussing the disappearance of Sarah Burton. Before we jump into this case, I want to let you guys know that this did happen in Joplin, Missouri. I usually stay in cases in the western part of the United States, but this was sent to me by my friend Alex and it very much so interested him, and once I looked into the case I knew that it needed to be talked about, so that's why we're talking about it today on my channel. I would also like to thank the Missing Cases Persons Network, which is a page you can follow on Facebook, for helping me research this case and discuss this case, and they really brought some light to her case through their page. So thank you guys so much to them. Make sure you guys give them a follow, and their link will be in the description box. If you guys like missing person videos or true crime videos in general, make sure you guys subscribe and give the video a big thumbs up, as I post mystery videos every Thursday as I can. And so without further ado, let's jump into the disappearance of Sarah Burton. The case of Sarah Burton has been very weird, and there's a lot of circumstances, and again, it's one of those cases where one tip is going to solve it all. Sarah was 28 years old when she was last seen on July 16th of 2018, but it wasn't until July 20th that she would be reported missing. And this is simply for the fact that she was an adult and her parents and family were giving her time to come home from wherever she was, just in case she was out with friends or just needed a break and didn't say anything. They were giving her plenty of days to come home before they decided, this is a bit weird. Sarah is described as being 5'7", about 170 pounds. She has light brown hair and blue eyes, and she also has a scar on her right eyebrow. To my knowledge, she only has one sister. I'm not sure if she's younger or older. She could have more siblings. I just haven't found any evidence of that. And she does communicate with both of her parents. She had a very close relationship with her mom. Her sister said that she would talk to her mom 5-6 times a day. I can relate to that. I talk to my mom an obsessive amount. Sorry, Mom. And she was very loved by her family, and she had 2 kids who she adored. They were both under the age of 3. The only strange thing I've noticed with the dates of her disappearance is that the city she went missing from, which is Joplin, Missouri, didn't even ask for the public's help until August that year, which is a little strange that they would wait a few weeks before even talking to the public about it, because what does it really hurt to put out a flyer or something on Facebook and be like, hey, this girl's missing, if you see her, say something. Like, all that happens if she comes home is, oh, okay, she came home and everybody's happy, like happy ending to the story. So I don't know why you would wait for that. It's just a bit strange. Now, the last time Sarah was seen for a little while was a bit of a debate, but it has been narrowed down that it was on July 16th around 9 to 9:30 p.m. in Joplin, and her friend Lacey were at a Payless, and then her friend dropped her off at an alley on 13th Street between Geneva and Range Line Road, behind McDonald's, and she said that she didn't have her shoes. So I don't know if they just went to like Payless to look around or something. I don't know if the cameras have been checked to even verify that she was at Payless, but that is supposed to be the last time she was seen, and her friend just kind of dropped her off, said she didn't know why she was going there or anything, but that was it. But the last time the Burton family saw Sarah was on July 8th. And so on the 6th, her and her father had gone to buy an SUV because she had crashed her one prior, and so they were trying to help her out and get her a new one. And her dad put the tags on the vehicle, and pretty much like off she went. It took like a couple days to get the tags, and then she was just gone. But that doesn't mean that they didn't talk. That was just the last time that they saw her, which again makes sense, because then they probably were like, we haven't heard from her in a few days, talk to her friends, things like that. You know, she does have children, so who was watching the children? You know, eventually they had to be watched by somebody. After Sarah's disappearance, her family learned that on the 11th of July in Pittsburgh, Kansas, that Sarah had actually wrecked her brand new SUV. Brand new to her is the better terms. It was a used vehicle to my knowledge. And at first they thought this is why she wasn't coming home, like maybe she was almost like embarrassed that she had done this and didn't want her family to know, and was trying to figure out what to do to, I guess, almost fix up the vehicle, and it would be like it never happened. But as time went on, they figured that's not what happened, because now it's been months and months and months, and I mean, yes, it would be a little embarrassing to tell your family, you know, that car you just bought me because I wrecked a car, well, I wrecked it, yeah, that sucks, but I mean, I can understand disappearing for like a couple days, like being off the grid, like just not talking to them really, but I mean, it's been months and months now, so it's just not likely that this is the reason. There have been a lot of leads for Sarah, and the police have followed so many of them, saying that she's in various locations such as Jasper County, Newton County, Oklahoma, Kansas, and none of them have led to the missing woman. None of them have led to any clues at all. A quote from her sister says, "It's just been devastating because it's like she almost fell off the face of the earth. We have no news, no information, and no leads at all." And that's got to be very heartbreaking for the family because you just don't know what's going on, and you know, you grew up with this person, you raised this person, and you love this person, and you know, the last thing you know is their friend dropped them off in an alley for God knows what to meet God knows who, and that's it, you know, you have nothing more to go off of, and that's got to be incredibly heartbreaking. Even the police captain in Joplin has said that he is concerned for her safety and her well-being. Now, her family hasn't had too much support from the police department, which in a way makes sense. She is an adult, and adults oftentimes fall into that awkward category where it's like, how can you really help? Because if they did just want to leave, it is their right to just want to leave. And that is why there is a new thing, I think it should be coming out very soon, called like Ashanti's Law or something like that, or Ashanti Alert, which is because of Ashanti Billy, and it's supposed to be covering the people in the gray area, such as people between 18 and, you know, about 50, where it's just, you can't really be helped. There haven't been any searches conducted to the masses. As far as I can tell, her family and friends have just sort of walked around looking for her, looking for clues, and have not come upon anything. There have been a couple candlelight vigils that the town has held, but to my knowledge, that is it. A little bit more about Sarah is she does have a criminal history, and this has to do with like drugs and fighting and stealing and peddling drugs, you know, and she has also called the police several times because she was being domestically abused by her boyfriend. And through her Facebook, you can really see that her and her boyfriend, who is currently in prison and was in prison at the time that Sarah went missing, have had a very rocky relationship for a very long time, lots of breakups, withholding the kids, and just straight mental abuse. And it's just crazy to think about what that could be in real life, because usually on social media people are holding back a little bit on those kinds of things. So it's a little scary and sad that she couldn't get out of that situation. For a while, Sarah had a Facebook page that her friends and family had created to help bring Sarah home, and I don't know why, but it was removed, gone, deleted, and she had a couple thousand people following it on there. And you know, this is the kind of thing that cases like this need. They need some traction, they need people paying attention to it, and for some reason it's just gone, and I have asked why and not gotten any response back. She not only had a criminal history, but she was currently dealing with some criminal charges, and I believe that they are drug charges, and she wouldn't just walk out of this. According to her family, she was, you know, going to court and everything perfectly on time, like she should have been. She was going through the process properly, because she, you know, she has 2 kids and she doesn't want to lose her kids and she wants to better herself, so she was doing everything properly. And unfortunately, when you do have people who have a criminal history or a, you know, some sort of mental illness, they can fall through the cracks even harder than most missing people, because people almost feel it's like, oh good. And I just think that's a horrible way to view things, because this person is still someone's daughter, someone's, you know, mother, someone's sister, you know, somebody loves this person, and if they're going through a struggle, then that means that they need help, not that they should be, you know, taken off the face of the planet. Like, that's not a way I could ever think. And, you know, especially doing cases like these, or just being into missing person cases at all, to me it's just, it's important, and all people are important. You can't just be like, oh well, you like to do drugs, or you've, you know, gotten in a fight before. Like, everybody does bad things in their own way, and that doesn't mean that you deserve to just disappear, you know. So it's just like, find that person help, and don't just think that they're just scum and deserve to disappear. Figure out a way to help them. I hope that comes across correctly. Unfortunately, Sarah's mother believes that she is no longer alive and has met some foul play, whereas her father still has faith that she's alive, and he says that his faith in God is the only thing that keeps him moving. her mother had to actually stop going on social media because people were posting these horrible theories about, you know, people who killed her daughter and did horrible things to her without any proof or evidence, and it was just making her mother very distraught, and so she had to stop going on there for fear of just losing her mind. Let's go ahead and jump into the theories. I know there's not too much information about this case. So the theories are that one, she ran away because she was embarrassed about, you know, wrecking her car. But like I've said, I think it's been way too long for that to still be a theory. My next theory is that she owed somebody money, either for drugs or just in general, and that they did something about it. Another theory is that she just ran away to get away from her court charges that she was currently dealing with. Her family doesn't believe this is true because she was going through all the proper steps and doing the best she could to get through this correctly. Another theory, as always, when someone is missing, is that they fell into random foul play or was kidnapped or something. That can always be a theory in a missing person case. Another one is that she got into an accident because she was intoxicated of some sort. So if she was high or drunk and then kind of stumbled off somewhere, you know, fell into a lake or something like that, that's another theory. But you would think that by this time those areas would have been searched, or, you know, bodies float, things like that. It's gruesome to say, but it's true. Another big theory is with her disappearance. A lot of people also believe that her boyfriend had something to do with it, but her boyfriend was in jail at the time and is still in jail, so it would be difficult for him to do something. Yes, it's still possible for him to, like, you know, he has contact with the outside world and he could make something go together. I'm not sure what that would be or what his motive would be. Did they have a rocky relationship? Yes, obviously they did, but I don't know if he would have had, you know, just the will or the ability to do something like that to her or have something like that constructed. The last theory is a really weird one, and one that I'm hoping police have explored, but on July 13th, a man posted on Sarah's wall asking about his wallet that she had stolen and saying that karma's a bitch and karma's gonna get her. And I understand if someone, I mean, I have had things stolen from me, you know, I've had money, my car, things like that, and I understand being very angry, and you're totally allowed to be angry, but it almost sounds like a threat that he made to her by, like, the whole karma thing. So I am hoping that they looked into this, that this man wasn't so upset that he, you know, did something to her or had something done to her. But let me know your guys' theories down in the comments. This case is really weird just because there is such a lack of support and lack of information, and because of her history, it makes people not want to help her, which is, again, horrible. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure you guys subscribe and give the video a big thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Bye.